Okay, fantastic.
Okay.
The first thing I wanted to talk about, or spend kind of like 5 minutes, is about the lane matchup. Right.
Yes.
So tell me about the lane matchup. What do you know about it?
So what do you want to know?
How are you supposed to play levels 1 through 3?
Level 1 for sure. Try to poke Alistair as much as possible. Level 2, it kind of went so, but like whatever, it's not about that. Like level 2 is when Alistair starts to like get a little bit like of a threat, but yeah, level 3, I don't know.
Okay. Fine. So you will always have level 2 priority in this lane, or you should if you're playing it correctly. And if Alistair makes a crucial mistake at level 1, which means he's low enough that he cannot even go in for level 2, that should be the condition that you're playing for. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, did that happen?
No, like we got the like level 2, but like Alistair wasn't like low enough.
Okay. So, if we're taking that into account and say he's a good Alistair player, what can we do instead to ensure that we have a level lead and also we might have an item lead as well?
I don't know.
Have you heard of a cheater recall before?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and do you know how to pull it off?
Slow push like the first one to waves and crush the third one. I think
Yeah.
it was like something like that.
And why might it be good to get a cheater recall off?
Because like we get the item advantage and it's like harder for them to like kill us, or like
Perfect.
difficult for them to lane.
Yep. And there's also one more reason, and it pertains to this jungle matchup. You think you can identify why?
No.
So, considering that you had this really scuff level 1, and then you realize where Sinjao started, based on that, I could probably say Sinjao would be bot side at around minute 250 to 3 minutes. We'll come. Actually, let's go through the level 1 first, and then we'll talk a bit about more about weight management and kind of those
All right.
cheater
All right.
recall. Okay, what's your usual kind of like 5 point? Where do you usually go?
5 point? What?
5 point. So it's basically
Yes.
a way
What is
to
that?
cover all entrances in your jungle.
Oh.
So ideally, no supports should stand out here, or
Yes, that's where I'm
over
standing
here.
most of the time.
Good. And if your ADC is not gonna, he's kind of like a limp jelly. He doesn't do anything. The best thing is probably just to ward this bush and then cover this entrance if no one
Okay.
else is covering it. That way, you just provide your jungle more peace of mind, right? He's able to say, okay, we have both entrances covered. I know I'm not getting invaded, etc. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. And then we get this really scuff level 1. It is so interesting, honestly. Like the fact that even Caitlyn went here. Like it looks really good to begin with.
Yeah.
Okay. Note Kaisa flash right here. Sinjao dies. Oh wait, sorry, Kaisa already used flash earlier.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And heal.
Yeah.
But I didn't see that. I thought that it was just a flash.
Yeah, that's fine. Perfect. Ping summoner spells as soon as you see him. You know that tracking summoner spells allows your jungle to focus the flashless target when he comes to gank, and it secures a kill for you basically.
Also, it's for my jungle, not for me to like make a play.
As Lulu, you're probably not going to be making too many plays, as per se. It might be difficult for you to. If you're playing an engaged support, yeah, it might be important. You were also timing summoner spells, which was a really good tool to have. However, that kind of fell off towards the end of the game.
Yeah. I just like didn't like see the like I don't know, like I don't see the purpose of it, like tracking it later. Like even though I would like to, I just don't see the purpose of it, and I just like forget about it.
Okay. important is when it comes to team fights. If you have a dive comp and your team knows the AD does not have flash for the next big team fight, you're naturally going to prioritize them first, right?
Alright.
Versus if I know AD had flash, but I was playing Silas as per se, I might be tempted to focus down the Anivia first before we could get into the Kai'Sa, or kind of like a traditional front to back kind of deal. Do you see the kind of difference between a flashless target and one that has?
Yeah, like he can like, he's like more mobile. Like he can like just get to like safety.
Yeah. A quick tip with Lulu, by the way, is do you have toggle champions only button?
No.
We'll go into practice till after to sort that out, because it just makes using your E and not accidentally casting it on a minion so much better.
Okay, yeah. Sounds good.
Okay, so
yeah,
they leashed bot, so that's actually my bad. Okay, so in this scenario, they leashed bot side. Where's Sinjao gonna be?
I mean, I thought like he would like go to the red side, but yeah, apparently he was no. I actually don't remember where he was. Like I remember him like on minute 4, but I don't remember him like. I don't know. I don't remember that.
Okay, so there's a couple of things we can already determine by seeing this image. So I want you to classify in your head now, if both bot laners have leashed, that means the junglers are going to be on a parallel route.
Yes.
What does that mean for the Scuttle Crab fight that's going to come up?
I mean, I don't know what it means for the Scala Crab, but I know what it means for top lane. Like the first one to get there gets the gank.
Yeah.
And if the second one is like late enough, like the gank, they cannot counter gank that because like they are late enough.
Yeah, that's a fantastic way to think of it as well. Why do you think it's important to either point this information out for your mid laner as well?
Because like they can get the prio on the lane and go help with the Scuttle fight.
Yeah, perfect. When the Scuttle spawn.
3:15.
Perfect. So, if my jungler knows that he can't 1v1 Shin in the early game, what might he default instead after doing his full clear?
What?
What might he do after doing his full clear if he knows he cannot win the 1v1 or his mid lane doesn't have prio?
I don't really have any idea. Like the only thing I can think of is just like go for the second Scala Crab.
Yeah.
So you can secure the other one.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. If your mid laner is someone weak like Kassadin early, and you naturally don't win the 2v2 mid jungle versus their 2v2, you might default and say, okay, I'm going to sacrifice this amount of time in terms of jungle efficiency to go for the opposite scuttle. All right.
Okay.
This is like, all. Sorry, yeah, go ahead. Do you have a question?
How do I like? I don't know. Know like which jungler's like stronger in the early, like which one wins with what, like how do I like get to know like what's the name? Like who wins that?
You can generally tell off of who's an early, mid, late game jungler. I think there's no specific way to tell it, but from playing and getting experience.
Okay.
But although if you've got into Plat 1, I think you probably have some sort of base experience with that.
Yeah, not with the junglers. I've like got like Diamond like 2 times, let's say. Right. Like mainly because like I'm just like lane dominant. Like I'll sort of maybe not like be the best, like the tanks like engages, like tanky engagers are not my ideal like matchup, but like everything else from like mages and enchanters, I feel pretty confident I'm like winning them most of the times.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. In terms of the jungle matchup, so say let me give you like a couple practice questions. Say we had Elise Silas versus Sinjal Anivia. Who would win?
Wait, once again the matchup. Like this one, the Silas Echo.
Yeah, Silas Echo versus Anivia Sinjal.
I don't know. Like Zinzao like seems to be like kind of strong in the early mid game. Like Anivia doesn't seem to be like this strong in the early game. But Silas, I don't know. I honestly don't know. And Echo too. Like I remember him like being strong in the mid and like late game.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if his like early levels are like good.
I want you to think of a 2v2 matchup in this way. Do they have a sustained amount of damage that they can output? Or are they kind of just one rotation? If they miss their spells, then they're kind of doomed champion. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
for example, in here, you've got 2 mages versus 1 sustain and 1 mage. What that kind of means is that chances are they're probably going to run over them if your team doesn't pull off their abilities correctly. So that's the kind of jungle matchup there. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But like I've also heard that like who wins the 2v2 like the skirmishes in the early game is all about like who has the burst, like who has the higher burst.
That is also true. I'd be very careful against outright saying this matchup wins or that matchup wins, because at the same time it is also dependent on player skill.
Okay.
So it's more like most of the time this people will win because they have good kind of just 2v2 fights. Interesting what you say about the burst though. Do you mean that in terms of like how fast they can quickly burst someone down?
That's actually a good question because I just heard that like I've just like thought about it and like yeah I get it okay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, like yeah.
Maybe I'll come back to you on that.
Yeah, sure thing.
Okay, so this all stemmed back from the assumption that you and the enemy bot laners both leashed. Okay.
Yes.
Let's swap it around. You leashed, they didn't. What does that mean for you and the Skullcraft fight?
For me, it means that I can get the auto attack advantage, meaning I get to level 2 faster.
Sorry,
like,
you leashed. The enemies didn't.
Oh, like we leashed. And getting actually like because this is a like Lulu versus Alistar, I think I can like get back the elite on the minions. So like the level 2, I don't think it should be like too big of a problem. But if like, oh wait, if they didn't leash, that would that mean like that Camille leashed?
Yeah.
Or like none of the sides leashed? That would mean that
yeah. Say Camille leashed.
Okay. Then Echo would be they would be like I don't know what's the name for it, but like Echo would be going top lane and Zinzao would be going bot lane.
Okay.
So we could be like expecting Zinzao on like for example like 3 minutes to come to bot lane.
Yep.
And Echo can be like just doing the opposite play on the other side with top lane.
Yep. Absolutely. So the importance of this kind of exercise is whenever you see who leashed and who didn't, you can predict where the enemy jungler is going to be at 250, 3 minutes, when they're going to go for their full clear into the scuttle.
Okay. Yes.
That's the most important jungle tracking in terms of the first couple waves of rotation. Anything after that, tracking is usually done by looking at your minimap when the jungler appears and where he goes, or having deep wards to see what camps he's doing and kind of having foresight of that. Does that make sense?
All right. Yes.
Okay. So this scenario, you both leash. Sinjao is probably going to be top. If I was Echo, I'd probably do a clear and then go do bot scuttle instead of trying to contest him at top. If my Silas doesn't have prio.
Okay.
Ish.
Yes.
And so let's see your level 1. I think it was actually pretty good. So what I prefer you to do here already is if you're going to poke an auto attack, is stand in the bush, auto attack, and then go back into drop minion aggro. I think you auto from within the bush, and this picks up minion aggro.
My mistake. Like I'm doing the auto bush.
Yeah.
Like you can see me like going back into the bush so I can like drop the aggro.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that like attack the guy from the middle of the bush.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. So you slow push wave 1, you slow push wave 2, and now you fast push this wave right now.
Oh, this way. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Looking really good. And here, we instantly got.
Oh yeah, because the Zinzao can come.
No, not necessarily. Sinjao should be topside right now. Remember?
Oh yeah, my bad. I still thought of the example when he started the red buff. My bad.
But essentially,
yeah, then we back off and then we recall right now.
Yes. You will probably have gold for maybe like
boots.
Yeah, boots or maybe control ward and your fairy charm. Either of those are really good options. Caitlyn would probably have a longsword or a cull or I don't know
something like along
exactly.
But like on what planes, like on what matchups, like cheater recall is available, and like on what matchups is it not? Because I've heard it that it's like sometimes it's not available and sometimes it is, but I didn't get to hear the explanation of it.
Well, what do you think you can either carry out a cheater recall on?
Like against someone that doesn't have like much wave clear, so like they struggle with the minion wave.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. Any other reasons?
Nah, I don't know. Like low range, I don't think matters this much because like we can just like head back. But yeah, I don't know.
It's any matchup you can abuse the enemy support and ADC. So if they don't have good wave clear, if they don't have a good level 1 or 2, and if they aren't able to kind of match your tempo and clearing the waves.
Okay, but like, why does the support matters in this? Like the level 1 and 2.
Because if they get the level 2 advantage, are you still going to be able to slow push as effectively?
No, because they're gonna like push us out and like get the control of the wave.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, so firstly I need to like get the control of the wave, and then I can like then comes the factor of the wave clear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
It's like
makes sense.
A little 1-2.
Alright.
So you guys here should have instantly recalled basically.
Yeah.
To overstate any of this is basically giving up what you created within the first 2 waves.
Okay. I've like never done like cheater recalls. I've only heard about it, but like to be honest, I've never had to like the like not even like the option, like I don't know, the need to like do that.
Yeah. Okay. This I feel like was just a lapse in map awareness. You saw where Sinjao came from.
Yes, I even think that.
Walking.
Oh yeah.
So he's going into bot scuttle. You had
crap.
clear vision of him.
I thought he was going top.
Well, let's actually look at his path. Let's look at let's scroll through and let's focus on him.
Oh damn it! Like I even think that as I was on the map, I was like, yes, he's gonna go top lane.
So he does actually clear top side.
Yeah.
Then he goes to kill Silas.
Yeah.
Goes to take mid wave. You have clear vision of him walking bot side to take scuttle.
Yeah. Like the moment when he was like pathing towards the top side.
Yeah.
Like that was the moment like I took my camera off that and like just like I assumed that like he's going to top side.
Very dangerous to do that.
God damn it.
That's okay. But look. You have I was looking at how long it took you to realize he hit this edge of the vision. Here, look at when you guys back off. How long? 1 second, 2 seconds.
Yeah.
You get flashed alley comboed, and this basically
Yeah.
secures the kill.
Yeah. Yeah, that took a while.
So, the lesson for you there is A, to always follow where the jungle is. It's probably not good enough to see where he goes for like a second, or which direction he's moving, but try to follow him all the way to the end of the vision.
Alright? Okay.
And we've also talked about the kind of different leashes that happen within bot lane for the first 3 waves and what it means for your cheater recall. Okay?
Alright. Yeah.
Actually, sorry, there's one more scenario.
Yeah, go for it.
If you don't leash and the enemy leashes, you already told me that there was some way to get level 2 before them, right?
Yeah, it's just like 3 attacks advantage.
Yeah. Pull the minion wave and
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Cool. Why are you going mid?
To be honest, I just like thought like, why don't should I like stay bot lane? Like there is nothing for me to do. Like I might as well just like, I don't know, go mid lane and like hover that. Like I don't know. To be honest, I didn't like even check mid lane wave. I just like, yeah. I had in mind like, yeah, it's like in the middle of the lane.
Yeah.
And yeah, and like maybe Zin is gonna like gank that, so I can like hover that.
Realistically, is there a... Tell me if Silas Lulu beats Sinjao Anivia in a 2v2.
No, it doesn't beat it, but it may like help Silas survive that.
I mean, the wave is kind of safe for him.
Yeah, just like yeah, it's gonna be in the middle of the wave, in the middle of the lane. Yes, it's not, it's not.
So
but yeah,
the important thing about roaming is I want you to check the wave state before you roam, and not where it is currently, but where it's gonna be within the next 15 to 30 seconds, the time it takes
Okay.
you to walk up there.
Okay, gotcha.
I want you to also look at this bot lane. They're shoving as hard as they can, so if you were there to maybe pull the wave so Caitlyn doesn't miss any XP, that would probably be better.
Oh yeah, she's already in the way. Like I go out, like yeah.
I think right here you also
That
go your
thing
flash, don't you?
Yeah, like let's not talk about this one. Let's not talk about this one. That was like just a total disaster.
So I think what you need to also improve is your decision making process. What I mean by that is if you're going to go for a roam, remember the couple of factors that you need to look at. The wave state, does it actually look feasible to move up there to try and prevent a gank or maybe do a gank? And what your current wave state is looking like. Right?
Yeah. But like let's say that I cannot like stop the bot lane wave, right?
Yeah.
Like I just cannot stop it, right?
Yeah.
The wave on the mid lane is like in the middle, so like it's gankable for Xin Zhao.
Okay.
Should I just like stay on bot lane and get that XP, or should I just like roam to mid lane and like just like hover that mid lane so like Silas doesn't die?
Depends on how far Sinjao is from the mid lane. If you had information on him, say in his own jungle clearing thing, and then he was moving to mid wave, and you were already here moving as well, kind of matching, then yeah, that's fine. If he's already here and you're going to be walking up all the way over here, you're going to be late to the party and you're going to miss XP as well.
Yeah.
All depends on the scenario. So make your best judgment off of what's happening on the map and how the wave states are looking.
Alright, I'm gonna try my best with that.
It's hard. It's tough. This is why support is literally the hardest role, but the most rewarding when you get it right.
I mean, is it the hardest role? Like mid lane, top lane, they all require like crazy micro, and like yeah. I don't know much about those lanes, but they look intimidating, you know, even though I'm playing on them.
Maybe not the hardest, but the most different from any other role.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like sometimes, like normally, like the champion like can go on the wave, like with the wave, and like get the wave. But like as a support, like sometimes you don't even want to be seen by the minions, so like you can ward without enemy knowing. Yeah, it's absolutely. Like bro, like you should do that.
Here, by the way, I
Yeah.
want you to start picking up the time it takes for us to complete our relic quest. It took you until minute
I mean,
50.
like seriously, not okay. Like this flash moves in Zao,
Yeah.
and my time to not board, but like to get the item with wording, with words. Like let's not talk about those two things. I
Okay.
realize it's like the item is trash. Like my time to get the item is like bad,
Mhm.
but yeah, I'm just like so used to like poking with Lulu that I just like completely forget about the minions.
Okay.
Because yeah, I've like picked up Nami. I've just like totally forgot about that, and like yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
But yeah, I will like improve on that. And like any like questions toward the item, like is it like good that I picked this item?
Relic shield?
Or is it bad?
Absolutely.
All right.
I have a small recommendation for you in terms of your runes, by the way.
Okay.
I'd like you to try take minion dematerializer for a couple of games.
I mean, it is good to push waves.
Sorry?
It is good to push waves, especially with
Yes.
Relic.
Yes, it is really good to change the wave state very quickly.
Yeah, but
You
like
put
when I
yourself
have
in
like
control. Yeah.
yeah, but like when I have the like Hara's item for support, like the materializer is not gonna do much because I'm just gonna be stealing cannon.
Yeah. I meant if you have relic.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Not if you have spell thieves. No, that would be quite the bad. Okay, let's see. So notice you've missed one wave of minions and probably another one here as well.
Oh yeah, that was like a lot of minions.
Yeah, so in essence, you put yourself behind in levels and also
Yeah.
XP and gold.
That's why the Caitlyn died on like level 6 fight because I was level 5.
Yeah. Control word here. What information does that provide?
That's a good question. I just like thought that like because the Zinzao like tried to invade before, that maybe he's gonna like do that again.
Okay, but what does it do for
But yeah,
your lane?
sorry?
What does it do for your lane?
Nothing. But besides like maybe they're roaming from Anya, but that's like highly unlikely.
So
is there something at least? Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of like vision efficiency, I like that you're buying pink wards, but it's not having a purpose. So whenever you place down a pink ward, it should always kind of follow like why am I doing this? So
Yeah.
if I say I want a pink ward between one of these two bushes, tell me which one would be better and why.
Try, but
Why?
because we have like better control over it. Like they're not gonna like go to that, like hit it a few times and just like back off.
Yeah.
They actually have to like put up a fight for this.
Perfect. And the added benefit as well is it allows your junglers to gank as well.
Yes, to gank from that.
And quick tip about try, make your pink ward over here, not in the center of the bush.
Yeah, because like they have the longer time to like get.
Yes. Good. Wave state is
Then
kind
again, like 1 second.
Yeah.
The pink and Tribush. Oh, actually, never mind. I actually know the answer for that.
Okay. Did you see Ali walking down just then?
Yes.
So he's walking back through river right now. Wave is
Yes.
going into their turret. What can we do?
Well, for sure, ward that river or like. That's a good question, but like, I'm looking at the wave and I know that like the next wave is gonna be under the turret. So I would like to like get like I don't know vision on the river or the alley because like maybe he's gonna like come, but like I also want to shove that wave because it's not gonna crash.
Yeah. You're kind of in a dilemma, aren't you?
What?
A dilemma? Like
Yeah.
a difficult choice.
Yeah.
I think it's
and I don't think I had a ward. Yeah.
I think it's so important to get yourself a duo so you can wave manage properly, because that's literally the difference between D4 and D2 and like master players. One knows how to wave manage properly. Look at what the Caitlyn does.
Really? Like seriously, like that's the difference.
Yeah.
Like
If you
it's
don't know,
pissing me off like all the way to diamond. Like people are just gonna I'm gonna shove that fucking wave every time I see it. I'm like, bro.
exactly. Get yourself a duo. Like, get yourself a duo. I'll coach you both together, and I'll talk to you about wave management. Look at what this Caitlyn does. She suffers
Oh
from
my God.
ADC
Yes, I
syndrome.
know. Like she's like pushing this so fucking bad. But yeah, like
And then it's kind of doomed.
I mean, I've worked with wars. I've worked with
Yeah.
wars. I've like won lanes that like are like even worse than that.
Yeah.
So I'm like kind of used to that shit.
Imagine if you had Dematerializer here and was able to
Yeah, that
shove
would be
this
so
so much
good.
quicker. Right.
Oh wait, and actually biscuits are kind of an end. But yeah, like let me ask you that. When do I take biscuits? When there is an like I don't know, like I'm all-inning, or like when or like different. No, wrong question. When the enemy is all-inning, but I have like the chance to survive, or like when the enemy is like more of a poke.
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 Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So okay, but like why not like when the enemy is all-inning, like when I have like the chance to survive that, like because oh shit.
Because I think this is personal preference. You can still use biscuits if you want, but I think if they're gonna all in you, chances are you're probably gonna be too low of a place to even stay in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And you've also lost your condition, which is to poke them out so low that they can't engage.
Gotcha.
If you found yourself being a tank support or an engage support who gets poked out, but you also don't have cookies, you can always get refillable.
Oh, I'm taking it every single game.
Perfect.
Like it doesn't matter what champion I'm playing. I'm taking the refillable.
Yeah. Notice how they exploited Caitlyn's lack of flash, and also yours actually.
Yes. Like I just polymorphed her instead of me. May have to like survive that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Okay.
And to be honest, like I also feel that like when we had the prio on this way on this lane, like Ali was on the mid lane, like when he was shown on mid lane.
Yeah.
I think I may have like gone for the explosive plant. Like this is just only when I'm thinking about this like from this perspective.
Shall we look at it from the enemy's perspective as well and see what they were?
I mean,
thinking?
sure. Like at the time when Alistair, when he was mid lane.
Oh, he sees you guys just overextended clearly.
Yeah,
He's
we
like,
are extended.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll ask my buddy Sinjao for a game. I'll be very patient. No.
Yeah,
They didn't even have
like,
vision of you, by the way. So if you dodged a Sinjao Q, Ali wouldn't have been able to combo.
yeah. Oh well.
So maybe you would have gone down with that. Who knows?
Maybe. I don't think I'm gonna survive that Alistair though, but like yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh man, me on the materialize like so good here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's enough of that. Let's keep moving forward. Okay.
Yes.
Caitlyn's too low. Where should you already be passing?
To be honest, I would say mid lane.
Yeah.
And this is what I did, but like Caitlyn decided to like stay on the lane. And this is the time when you said like Caitlyn was on the lane.
Yeah,
Like,
this
bro.
was such a bad decision by her. Like, I don't know what she said.
I don't know either. I'm like, bro, why do you do this to me?
Literally get yourself a duo. Why would you even stay or attempt to stay for that? Notice how you also have 3 relic stacks for this entire wave. Or 2 now.
I do not use relic.
Yeah.
I just forget about it. I buy it, I forget about it. It's bad. I realized that a few months ago, actually.
This was a really good 2v2, by the way. Good stuff. Shame Sinjao was here, actually. That's fine.
Yes.
No problem. Oh, rip wave. I can't believe that worked out.
I was like, yeah, I'm like, I mean, if he's gonna do that, I'm like, I'm for it.
This is a little bit in, by the way. You see where Al
Yes,
is?
yes.
And then you walk over here back again. There's nothing to fight for already.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's a
like
necessary risk to take.
yeah, if I'm like walking down there, then, like Alistar and like Zinzao can like go there because Alistar may like want to like ward that.
I've
And
noticed that
yes.
this habit of yours recurs to the future parts of this video as well. You constantly put yourself in a vulnerable position for no real gain.
All right.
So I want you to try break that by say when I'm warding here, when I'm walking here, what am I trying to accomplish? I'll give you a little framework to work through it, so don't worry.
Okay. But like, because like I'm trying to like get the like why am I doing that? Like what am I doing? Like answer those questions like constantly. But the thing is like when for example when I was like there, like after the Drake, like I'm like what am I supposed to do now?
Mm-hmm.
Like walking back to lane just like feels like not a right play, even though it may be, but like yeah.
Yeah, and that's a very hard distinction to make. There's no true right or wrong play. There's only the most optimum play in that scenario.
Yeah.
So we didn't actually have vision of Eka. I was surprised. Okay. Fuck. How did they? Just instantly back. Real good. Okay. Alley flash. Perfect. That's working. What am I gonna say?
Yeah,
Here?
now it's the fine. Yeah, I didn't have like I should have more. That is
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. Too slow on the polymorph.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I look at him like, what the hell? Like just so unfamiliar like situation.
You had quite a lot of time to react though.
I mean, yes, I did, but yeah.
Alright, at this point, what are you thinking right now? And how can you basically stabilize the game again?
Right now, at the moment, I'm probably just like, this is pretty bad.
Okay.
How do I like get out of here? Like, how do I like make that match like back on the rails to the win? And I don't have the answer for that.
That's fine. First thing to think about is stopping the bleeding. You know what that means?
I don't know what like bleeding farm is, but
usually
like from this
bleeding
context, sorry.
Like bleeding gold, giving
Yeah,
healing
like bleeding
kind of
gold. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like from this context, like stopping the bleeding could be like stop like throwing away more gold to the enemy, and like maybe play towards the strong side to Sion, because he's like winning that.
He's 5-1 right now.
Yeah.
In that essence, so if that means letting tier 1 fall and creating a tier 2 freeze for ADC here, it might be a beneficial solution for you.
Oh, to be honest, like I have a question about like how many minions, like how many casters do I need from the enemy, like more than my wave to make a freeze here, like past the tier 1 turret? Because like before the tier 1 to make a freeze, there's like 3 or 4 caster minions to be required to like make a freeze. And I don't know like if I need more, and like if I need more, then how many do I need to make a freeze here?
I'll be honest, I actually don't know the answer to that.
Okay, fair enough.
The only thing I do know is that enemies' minions naturally get 5% stronger the more turret advantage they have in that lane.
Yeah, so they're gonna push.
So I reckon, and this is just a guess, but I think it might be that the 4 minions still the rule still pertains because they're 5% stronger as well.
Okay.
I'm guessing in terms of game design, that's how I would make it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yes.
So we hit level 6 at minute 10:50, which is rather late.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. The factors that led up to it, just a bit of a brief recap, is
No, I remember them. Thank you. But
I mean,
like I'm not gonna stop you.
Yeah. You know the mistakes that we did. They're in the beginning of the video. You can look back at them. I'd be very careful against walking up here.
Yeah, like
even though they probably have Bennett, Alistar could be hex flashing out of bush right now because you don't have flash, neither does Caitlyn.
This play is something that I've like been I don't know, like killed like with high frequency.
Yeah.
But it happens like so like literally that I just like don't even expect it.
Yeah. What is this, by the way? What is this?
I just wanted to take that explosive. And he stole it from me, like, bro, what are you
know you can like ward over the bush and hit it, right?
Oh, fuck. Yeah. I didn't have ward though. Yeah.
Close are we to our completion? 355. Oh.
Yes. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. If we had it, maybe that would have changed things. Maybe we have prevented this. Who knows? Right.
Maybe. That's about warding. This is going to like so off topic like so many times already, but like I have a question about like warding.
Yeah.
Like let me like actually like screen share because this is gonna like require a little bit. Where is that thing? Here. Can you see everything?
Yep, I can see both.
Alright, perfect. Like, I know that, like, good words are, like, over here. Like, for example, like, perfect words, I would like for this, like, I don't know, like, quarter. Like, one is good, one here, one, like, here, like, somewhere here. And one is, like, can be wherever, right? So, like, for example, here. And this is, like, pretty good. Because, like, it gives me, like, kind of quality information. Even though I don't see, like, them being here and, like, in those parts, I know them that they are like where they're pathing.
Okay.
But like most of the times I cannot like get this word and like like I can like make this word, right? And make this one. Like those are like pretty good and like still like use this one maybe here, whatever. But like what if I cannot like even access the jungle? Like maybe the enemy jungler is like missing, or like I just don't have the possibility to do that. Like how should I ward the river? Or like even my jungle?
That's a fantastic question. Let's start from you don't have access to the enemy jungle.
Yeah.
And you can only spare, say, one ward to prevent a bot gang.
Alright.
The most important place to deny is a vision pot plant. Or not the vision, the pot blossom, I think it's called. Yeah. So if you break that, and the enemy jungler does not have any wall scaling abilities, so they have to walk in a straight line.
Yeah, they have to like go through here.
Yeah, so you can ward through. Do you see where the first arrow's bottom tip is, right in the river?
The first what?
Right outside Drake Pit on the bottom side.
Yeah, here.
A bit higher than that. So right where the entrance to the enemy jungler is.
Here or like here?
Yeah, so a bit lower to the first circle that you drew. That gives you enough like time to react.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm warding this place a lot when I have the time, but because like Caitlyn was warding that, which is like not really like I'm not a fan of this ward. When I have like a little bit more time, I like it to put it here.
Yep.
And even go to destroy this plant, but like it didn't happen in this game.
Yeah, so that'd be one of the better wards. If they do have a wall scaling ability, put it next to the gap between blue and grub if you have time. You should.
Oh, here.
Yeah, should no matter what, you should have a small space of window to be able to put down that ward.
Okay, but like for example, let's say that enemy has Blitzcrank, right? Or like something that can like I don't know, like make me stay in the jungle, whatever.
Okay.
Or like hook me. And the enemy has like Ringer in the jungle.
Okay.
Like when do I like actually get in here? Because like if Ringer is here, like in this part, like that's cool. But like there's also Blitzcrank who can like hook me and like kill me with like his ADC.
Yep.
So like, is this ward still an option? Or
Yeah.
like should I just ward it like somewhere else? And
Absolutely.
like if this is an option, like when do I get there?
When you know that Rengar is topside, and you guys have shoved in a big wave into the enemy turret, you ping your ADC to walk with you into the enemy jungle for
All right.
5 seconds.
All right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Because like if they come for me, they lose the wave.
Yep. And you're in a 2v2, which hopefully you don't lose, but you might lose your health, but you might not lose.
Yes.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, makes sense.
One more improvement. We'll come to that later, actually.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask if we can like continue with the replay. Sorry about that.
No worries. Okay. Easy kill. Big shutdown. And we move that bot. We move that bot soon.
Yes, I wanted to take that control. Was that like a mistake or like?
No,
Like
no,
it
it's
felt slow. It
perfectly
felt
fine.
slow.
It's perfectly
Okay.
fine. Your position here is very impressive. I don't like it especially much.
How come?
Yeah. So if Kaisa... Oh, Kaisa actually did have ult. No, she didn't use it, but I reckon she could have probably traded 2 for 1. Personal opinion.
Oh yeah, like me for like, yeah.
Okay, yeah, really nice. And there's Mr. Sinjao. There he is.
I hope you, yeah, I think you can hear
this
my
is
dog.
so, like, this echo is so disrespectful.
Yeah, I even think that like that he might be on the way because like he's nowhere to be seen on the top side, and it was sometime.
I cannot believe that worked.
Why not? That was a pretty good play.
Sinjao knew better than to go in.
Yes, yeah, that's for sure. But like he messed up, and I'm gonna take that.
Pull the wave. Good opportunity to pull the wave there.
I forgot about that. I looked at the turret health, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna time that. Like it was like so much time, like from the last time when I pulled the wave.
Yeah.
Mostly.
This fight was pretty interesting.
To be honest, it felt kind of random, like from both sides.
Yeah. I think you were trying to ult this guy, weren't you? But you couldn't reach him in time.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe he can like hold them off. Like that will be pointless though. That would be pointless. So it was good that I like didn't make it.
Yeah. Something that also happens quite a lot is you pray frontline lulu.
Yes, I do. I play a lot frontline supports, even though I'm like enchanter.
Like, look at this positioning here. You're just asking to be jumped on right now. You saw the enemies walk into brush.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna like face check it.
Why?
Yeah, like this is just what it looks like. Like I shouldn't have to be doing that, but
I know you're following Silas, but you can still hang out around here and let him kind of like jump in and do his jobs. Instead, you're forced to blow flash. Silas still dies, and you can't even ult him.
Yeah.
Until like right now.
Yeah.
So be very careful about your positioning in team fights. I want you not to be frontlining like this. You see what I mean?
Okay. Yes.
You see what I mean?
Yes. For some reason, like I don't know what was the reason for that. Maybe just like too much Nautilus or whatever. But like I don't know if I don't trust my teammates to make a good play, or I just want to do it myself.
That is not a valid reason for you to be frontline.
Fair enough, actually.
Yeah. Be a lot more, have a lot more restraint and patience. Your job as an enchanter is to save your team, but not all the way from in front of the tank.
Yes, I am the tank now.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be a hard one, actually. Like, this is actually gonna be a hard one.
So realistically, if you look at the scoreboard right now, it's still pretty even.
Yeah, we are actually ahead.
Yeah. What's up?
And okay, one question, because like I get like this feeling. All right.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
What's
fine.
up?
I get like this feeling a lot of times when enemy has like many bruisers or like champions that have like that build like a little bit of HP. For example, Malzahar, right?
Yeah.
Even though they are behind, like we are ahead, like even like by quite a bit, like let's say like 10, 15 kills, right? It still feels that they are afraid. It still feels like they are afraid, and like we cannot like do like too aggressive plays. And I don't know if that's like a good feeling, a bad feeling. Like think of it like more of a bad feeling, but I also don't want to end the game by making an aggressive play on them.
The issue there is the team comp potentially.
All right.
Do you look at that and dodge based on that? Yes or no?
No.
No. Okay. That might be one of the things that you might now have to start looking at. If your team is 5 champions without wave clear and all they do is shove and siege, then it's kind of doomed from the start if they have a Baron win condition, basically. Right?
I mean, yeah. Or like, what if we are ahead?
Yeah. Absolutely. If you're ahead, but you can't even shove waves, then there's an issue.
Yeah. Then like, yeah, like, bro.
So I'd be very careful of that against strictly saying, oh, it feels like we can't do anything, but maybe you should have just dodged and champ select. -3
Yeah.
LP is much better than -17.
I mean, to be honest, like maybe it's like my fault because like I've been playing on low elo like for so many times for so much time. But like even though like I'm playing like something that's completely like I don't know, like enemy has like good composition or like we just have like bad composition. I still play those games. Like I'm winning those games, so like maybe let's like yeah.
Yeah, that's because like no one knows how to execute comps correctly, right?
Yeah, and like even if we like had a comp,
Yeah.
like let's say the easiest one, like team fight composition, because like this is the easiest one to like see and like execute.
Yeah.
So like even though if we had that, like I don't think like even like people in like Diamond 4, even though I just like got to it, but like whatever. I don't feel like those people are gonna like know how to play towards the composition strength.
And that's the kind of difference between playing in gold elo versus P1, P4, right?
Yeah, but like, yeah. All right, yeah, let's go on.
All right. Okay, so now we come to the mid to late game. You have your support item, and we're starting to get into this part where vision becomes a lot more important.
Yes.
What do you think, or kind of like what's your thought process when it comes to putting down vision?
Well, my main doubt is like, where the fuck am I supposed to put wards when there's like a turret missing? Like, how do I like? Even though like we are about to make an aggressive play, but we are missing like 3 turrets. Like for example, like all our tier 1 turrets are missing.
Yep.
But we are about to like make an aggressive play. How do I adapt to that? Because like the like map tells me to like ward like around like let's say turrets, but the play we are about to pull off is telling me to like ward around the objective or like even in the jungle of the enemy.
Yeah, perfect. So you need to cover first any flanks that they could make, and second, good vision around for a good team fight.
Yeah, but like then again, like what if we are like not being able to not get able to get to the play, and we just get pushed out of it? Then we have vision for the objective, and I'm like out of words, and yeah, and like the tourist area is just not worth it. Like that's the problem, and I don't know like how to adapt to that. Like I can like recall and like get worse and like go again, but like then again the jungle is under control of the enemy. I cannot get in there, and the wards I placed before are just useless right now.
I think first off is if there isn't an objective to be fighting for, then both teams should still be able to collect waves because of the 5% stronger principle of the minions again. If you were to adapt your vision, however, I'd make sure that your ADC, who's walking up all the way to mid lane like this, very dangerous, to cover as many flanks as you can for them.
Okay.
What I mean by this is probably a ward around here, so she can react to any sort of thing moving through here. I don't know, like personally, I never ward for my ADC because I trust them enough to know to not stick their neck out for CS. However, that might not necessarily be the same for you.
Yeah, I don't trust them. Like I'm making the play myself. Like they are just there to pull up.
Yeah. I'd probably just spam ping their asses and then just be a really good vision line around like 1, 2, 3, just to cover all entrances, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But this is before an objective spawns, of course.
Yeah.
How early do you ward before an objective?
I know that I should ward like around like 1 minute to 1:30.
Yep.
But even if I would love to do that, most of the time either the objective is like when I have the time to like ward is like 2:30, and next time when I had the chance it's like around 40 seconds.
Okay. Fine.
Because there's like a play going on like on a different side, and yeah, it's just not possible.
As much as you can, you want to try to hit that 90-second mark.
Okay.
Best spots for Drake control, by the way, is not in this brush, but over here.
Yeah. But
So
like, what if
never,
Tides pops up?
Yeah, I never want to see a ward in this brush unless you're red side. Simply because the ward over here provides you with so much more knowledge around this area.
Like,
if you're struggling for time, the quickest way to do that is stand right here and just ward 1, 2. You've covered both river entrances.
Oh yeah, that's actually good.
And then you pink this location. Gives you an entire control around this area. And you have a nice teamfight area for Drake, as well as denying enemies vision from when they walk down here and ward over the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That is the quickest way to do vision control for Drake within 5 seconds.
Yeah. Or
Then
even
you
faster.
back. Yeah, then you back, come back with fresh out words, I'm ready to team fight.
Alright, but the control doesn't have to be like in 1 minute further because like
no,
people can like
of course not. The important thing about that is it's mirrored for top side if you're red side.
Red side, yeah.
However, say you're trying to do Baron as blue side, the best way to control this kind of thing is ward over this wall, so you're not extending yourself, like extending over to enemies. You're probably walking into pit and putting the ward right here.
Alright, okay, yeah.
Because then you cover like this entire kind of like banana bush area.
And it's not overlapping.
No. I'll show you a couple of other vision tips and tricks in practice through after this.
Yeah,
also,
sure thing.
Do you want to take a quick break? Are you still concentrated?
No, fully concentrated.
Okay. I probably only want to show you around 10 to 10 minutes of this VOD because it's a bit of a clown fiesta towards the end.
That's perfectly fine.
I just want to show you points at which you get. I know what you're going for. However, it's too risky of a play to go for. All right.
Gotcha.
So stuff like that.
No, to be honest, I have a reason for that.
Okay, that's it.
The Alistair missed his knockup.
Did he?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
And I have like some like I don't know even how to say this. I'm not gonna like say it vulgarly.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm going for that. Full disrespect.
This, I see really good pings. So this isn't your fault. The fact that Echo still goes for this, that's on him.
Yeah. It's like I
You
really
should
don't
just
like this play.
leave him to his death. It's not worth you kind
Fair
of trying
enough.
to, yeah. I'm not saying
Fair
being
enough.
a KDA player, but if someone's gonna
Yeah,
make a stupid
yeah.
decision, let him do it.
Yeah, I just like went for, even though like the situation is like bad, I just like thought like yeah, there's a chance like he can get out.
Maybe.
But yeah, he didn't.
No.
So yeah.
Good ping to basically back off, but then you take this really risky path towards the bush. Don't do that. Take
Wait,
the path
which
to
one? Which one?
Right here. So you know Sinjao's around this area, and Alistair
Yes.
might be as well. Look where you walk. You're just asking to be hack slash WQ'd out of there.
Yeah. But I don't know if that was the moment, but there is Alistair on the bot lane.
Yes. Also good call.
Yeah.
Walking anywhere here though, dangerous.
Yeah.
Nothing's
Because like
in
yeah.
hardcore.
Oh yeah, here, yeah. Even if there was like only Zinzao, he can probably just like 1v2 us.
Okay, so ideally your eyes are on the map right now. You know Sinja has a pink there. And maybe
Yeah.
it's we were walking to back and off. Good ult. And you guys get a nice ship down. Okay, and this is like a really good fight for you guys actually, I think.
Yeah, but then it went south, and I was just like 1v1 with Camille, or was it like later? Yeah, it was later probably.
This was your board, by the way. I'm not very happy
Yes,
about
it was mine. Why are you not happy about it? Like I know that like I could have like put it through the wall, through over the wall, but the fight was like going on, and I just wanted to like not like lose the what's the name? Lose the flow. I don't want to be like trying to catch up. And also I like didn't know like to just like ignore the like lack of vision in the brush. Because like I've like I think I've lost like few fights because like the ward wasn't the push wasn't worth it.
He almost actually got that too, right?
Yes, he almost got it.
However, look at what Drake timer is.
30 seconds, yeah. Yeah, oh, we could get the control of it and get the Drake.
Yeah. Fighting before Drake is okay if you can take away their key member of a fight because you have a trap. Like, if you trap Death Bush and say, I've picked this place, I sweep this in place, and I've a ward here telling me where Sinjao's coming from.
Alright.
If you blow any of your ults before the actual Drake fight, that's a bit of an int, because Drake fights, if you fail them, you'll see that the enemies will take that straight to Baron afterwards if they clean AC.
Yeah.
So try as best as you can to not use your ults.
Yeah, I will do that. The problem, the reason like I didn't like ulted didn't think of the play here right now is because like I didn't like check or remember the timer of the Drake.
Is this a good thing to go for, you think, right now?
No, it's pretty bad.
So therefore, what should you guys do instead?
What should we do instead? Well, I don't know if we have enough damage for the Baron. So yeah, I actually don't know. If we had like enough damage for the Baron, I would seek Baron, but I am not sure.
If you don't have enough damage for the Baron, they're going for Drake already. One thing you can do is tier 2 Siege and then move towards top side. Have you
So we
seen?
should have just like packed mid lane and then top lane.
Yeah.
and,
Have you seen like in competitive play, the instant a team gives up an objective, they immediately like refocus their attention to something else.
Yeah, I've like I don't watch the competitive, but I've thought of the play myself.
Yeah.
Like just abandon the Drake, just like act as if it's not there, and like the truths are like naked
Yeah.
without enemies.
Absolutely. So what I don't want to see is you guys walking into a place with no vision already, and I don't
Yeah,
know how much vision they have around here. Actually, their vision's pretty bad as well.
I didn't feel good about this play, but like everyone just was just like so focused with it, so I just like I'm gonna go along with it just because like not make the play even worse.
Right. And you see, so
This is how it works on both lane.
I think they clean wipe you and go straight into
Yes, yes, and like I'm like just like Camille is chasing me for like 15 seconds literally.
Yeah,
You can even check. No, you saw it. You saw it. Never mind.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, everything here is
Yes.
just kind of a downhill fight. So I think we take it to practice tool. We have a couple look at things there, and then we just call it a day. How does that
Yeah.
sound?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay. So like when we are like going to the
Yeah, if you go to practice tool as well, that would be brilliant. And then
places where I can like fight for it, but then there is the question: where is the like most effective spot for the like situation we are in? Because like I learned the word that like you should ping the bushes on the mid lane because when you're going for the Baron or Drake, because this is where the enemy is probably gonna come from to like not get the choke point,
yeah.
and it's gonna be so hard for them to go through that ping.
Repeat the question back to me when we're in the thinking again.
All right.
Yeah. Can you still see my?
Should I add you to the friends? I don't think I have an account in the friends.
Oh, that's fine. You can just screen share it now.
All right.
Yeah. You see?
Yes, I can.
Right, let me just a little bit there. And so I'm going to do as well. I'm just going to buy myself some wards. Sucks that I can only buy that many. Okay. Sorry. What was your question about Baron?
One second. I need to like get my dog because I don't know why she's barking,
Okay.
and I don't like it. Be right back.
Go ahead.
Okay, sorry about it. I guess she was just feeling lonely.
That's okay.
Okay.
Okay. What was your question about Baron again? Sorry.
Like, how do I know the places I can like use the control word on? Because like, yeah, like I can like cover the spots with like stealth wards, like normal wards,
Yeah.
then where should I put control wards?
Uh,
The mid the bushes on the mid lane when going for the objectives
yeah.
sounds good for the pink ward when you get the explanation. But like I want to know the essence of like where should I ward with controls.
Okay. I think I get you. I'm gonna turn down the camera speed first because my camera speed's a lot lower.
All right.
Okay. Some control word spots I really like when I'm on blue side is first one is here. That one's often pretty good.
All right. For the control ward?
Yep.
But why? Like it's in the enemy like area. Like if they like go through that, like trying to go through that, like they can like just clear it.
Because junglers often don't do raptors straight into scuttle. They will either take the blast plant or they will go straight to raptors. So this bush is very infrequently traveled.
Yes.
So I just really like this one.
Okay. Okay.
And as a support, when you're warding here, just ward over the wall like that. I need to turn these. Sorry, I'm changing all your things.
It's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah, so I want to a ward there is really good, and then, like I said earlier, you want one ward over here. And
Yeah.
if I'm doing Drake setup, I go bam, bam. I'm done. It's so simple, right?
Yeah. And there's so much vision.
Yeah, exactly. What else did I want to show you as well? Oh yeah, so for example, if we're coming bot side and we don't want to face check, say, over here, let me just ward over this wall and then just clear red so we go past. Or, if you're usually afraid, just ward here and just clear red of the wall.
Alright. Alright.
Another thing about vision. So if I press 4, can you see the little grey circle around my thing?
Yes, if it's in a bush, it becomes green.
Yeah, perfect. And then if it's in rock, it becomes red.
Yeah.
Alright, great. You already know those two tricks.
Yes.
And when you're taking Drake from blue side, you want your pink here. Yeah, and not in the pit. Because it's not really useful in the pit. Hopefully you've already...
Yes, from the blue side, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully you've already sweeped the pit with your sweeper.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. And so when you're going for objectives, I want you to set up this kind of thing already 90 seconds before. This is going to be your objective and target to work towards, alright?
Okay.
And another thing, if you go to game and you click this one, treat target champions only as a toggle. What this means is if you press... So you can see how like my cursor is turning red,
yeah,
right?
You press it once and it's in the mode.
So for example, say I had an enemy dummy there and I wanted to like eat him or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a really small margin of error that I can easily hurt.
Yeah.
If I have target champions only, automatically goes to the enemy basically. And say I have a ally dummy, I can also really easily E my own champion instead of the minion it's standing next to.
Alright.
So try that for Lulu and tell me how you think. But yeah, I think this.
Yeah. It for sure it will feel weird for sure because like I'm so used to just like aiming with the cursor or the fight is just so chaotic, so there's like so many dashes. I'm just like, yep, I'm just gonna click on the like icon of Caitlyn, whatever. It's gonna work.
Yeah, I completely get that. It's really difficult. That's why Lulu is so difficult. I think people underestimate.
I mean, really, like, come on, like, no, I'm not gonna believe that.
She's hard to get right. She's really easy to play, really hard to get right.
Am I getting her right? Or like, am I getting her wrong?
At the moment, I think you're playing her fine. You don't have to change anything too much right now.
Alright, that's good.
Okay, cool. That's most of what I have to say. Any questions?
Yes, actually one.
Go ahead.
When it comes to like decision making and like what next play to go for next, I have this like I don't have like this like process like okay like let's check bot lane, let's check mid lane, and like let's say like whatever else, and then like maybe I can go for the play, maybe I don't. But like when there's like let's say I have like some like free options, like we can go for the dive, we can go for the Drake, we can just like maybe just go to ward. Like how do I how should my decision making look when looking for the objective? For example, when should I like go for the dive, or like when should I go for the turret, and not like, for example, I don't know, like two like 3v3 fight on the river on like opposite side of the map.
Okay. Let's say. What would be the best way to explain this?
Because like there's like so many like there's like so often fights, like like people can say they are random, right? But because like there's objective spawning, but like when I play and there's like fights going on, I don't look at the timer, and like I don't know if like I should like play towards the timer, or just like try to like poke them out and like dive them, or just like I don't know, because I'm like so lane dominant. I'm trying to like just like dominate the enemy so much. I just focus on it so much, and then the timers on like the Drake or like whatever is just like I don't know, like kind of irrelevant, because like the enemy is not gonna do that. I'm like on the lane, I'm pushing that lane.
Yeah. I think the best way to think about it is numbers advantage. So if you're saying, okay, we're gonna look for, say a turret dive right here. If you know the mid laners are still kind of locked in their kind of 2v2,
Yeah.
And then we have a good angle here, big wave crashing, then you might look for a dive.
All right.
If you wanted to choose objective over dive, I think that would only be the case if you know the enemy jungler is far away, but they don't have vision of it. I think.
What if our jungle is like not here? Yeah. The enemy jungler is here, and this is like we are ahead. So like, but like they have the jungler. Should we like go for the Drake, or like should we abandon the Drake?
No, because they have smoke.
Yeah, that's true. But like then again, we win the fight if it like shows up.
Yeah, that's the difficulty of it. There's so many variables you have to take into account.
Yeah, and it's like what am I supposed to do with that?
I think based on that, I always just say, okay, if a fight looks good, as in I have the numbers advantage and I have people to back me up, then I will engage as a Leona or an Alistar.
Alright.
If I don't, I think that's an easier decision for you to make as Zulu. Is my team going to engage and win this? If not, then I will instantly back them. Right.
Alright. And
so yeah.
Like, should I spam ping people? Because like like there's like sometimes a play going, like people want to like make a play or just like shove the lane, or just like do whatever, right? Do whatever. And I like it's not like ideal for me. Should I just like ping it off, like just ping people off, like so like spam ping them to the limit, or should I just like follow the like not a good but not a bad play?
Not spam ping, but hard ping.
All right. Okay, fair enough.
So that might be a little bit of a nuance, basically, in that way.
No, I got it. I got it.
Okay. Cool. How does that sound? Are you happy with that?
With what? With the answer for that?
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Of course I'm not happy. Like the people are just gonna be like, okay, if I don't do that, then what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like
that is
gracious.
The kind of, I think the most important thing is to build up your experience bank. So if you see a good play and say like, okay, this looks good.
Yeah, I'm like going from that.
Yeah.
Oh shit, like there is a problem.
And I guess
okay, but like how do you feel about like, let's say like low elo gameplay, like when you're smurfing, right? Like you play enchanters like Soraka is aggressive, but like like you play Enchantress, you can like be lane dominant, right? Because like you're playing in low elo, you can like dodge most of the shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, because like the ADC is like not gonna be following you, like up on the aggression. Like it's not gonna like he's not gonna like help you zone them or anything. He's just gonna like safely like farm there, and you're just gonna be zoning them by yourself. Like how do you play that? Like you can like zone them. Check, you can like zone them, but like it like gets more of the what's the name? More of a habit, you know. Like you're just like making the play, you're just zoning them, you're preparing the play yourself, and you're just waiting for the enemy for the ADC to like follow up on that, like not on the preparation of that, you know.
Yeah.
Like how do you play that?
I'd probably let the ADC know that I'm trying to go in, or I'm trying to basically make a play happen with the on my way ping.
All right, because like you can see like why I'm playing like so aggressive with Enchanters, like why am I frontline?
I think the also other difference is as you move up kind of like the higher elo, they expect you to make plays already, but don't leave it up to chance. But just ping it and say, yeah, I'm going in here, and then hopefully they follow up.
So I should just like keep my position and then just like think that I want to like go in, or like I want the fight to occur.
Yeah.
All right. But damn, I feel anxious about that because like people in low elo like just hate pings. They just hate pings. Like you ping them and they are mad, and I'm like, bro, I just want to like I just don't want you to make a bad play. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to spam ping you, but this is what I need to do. Like
Yeah. No, I completely get that.
all right.
Fine balance.
Yeah,
Fine balance.
I mean, I would love to, but like, come on. Like, how to tell you to like just go for something else?
Yeah.
And not into that.
Absolutely. You want to make sure it's an informative ping. So if you see like the jungler around blue side, I'll just like ping.
Alright.
Yeah.
And do you play around timers, like objective timers?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright.
Dragon 90 second, my vision's down. I'm gonna back at 40 seconds to get my set of wards, and I'm gonna come back with a fresh set of wards and ready to fight.
Oh,
I also
actually,
that.
I have like one more question for that.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
For example, you know that Drake is common.
Yep.
You're like lane dominant. So like let's say enemy is on like 80-70% health.
Yep.
And the Drake is like 2 minutes, like about to spawn. Like do you just like get the prio, get the wards off, or do you just like try to pressure the enemy to maybe like kill them or something?
In that scenario, I'm assuming that we're still in laning phase, so this would probably be around like the minute 10 mark. I would shove a huge wave until around minute to like 50 seconds, and then back. Why this is I'm going to get a fresh back, come back to the Drake fight while the enemies are stuck clearing the wave. This will secure me item advantage over the enemy team if we do
that's good.
Fight.
That's so good.
Yeah.
And like, how much time do you need for that?
To form
like
up a
recall?
slow push, probably around. You want to start setting up at like minute 30, minute 40.
Before the objective.
Yeah, before the objective.
But then I don't have like enough time to ward.
Then you don't worry about the ward. Hopefully you already have good control, and your jungler is going to be bot side.
Oh yeah, fair enough. And then you can like maybe just like make rushed wards.
Yep. And remember that 40 seconds is probably the latest time to back in order for you to be there for the objective to spawn.
40 seconds.
Yeah. 8 seconds to channel your back time, and around 25 to 30 seconds to walk to them.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot to take in, and I must thank you for like sticking with me for all of that.
So what I'm gonna do now is I will upload this video to YouTube, and I'll put in my notes at the bottom as like a kind of concise summary with like a couple targets for you to hit. Does that sound right?
Okay. Yes, that sounds perfect. Okay. One last question, I hope.
Go ahead.
What about the items I like bought in the game, because I think that's kind of important.
Do you think we could leave that for a separate session? Because I think that would be a rather long discussion as well.
Oh really? I
Yeah.
expect it to be like like a short answer conversation in this topic, but like.
Do you mean support in general or just in chapter?
No, just like in this game, like how do you like feel about the items that I bought? Because like the items, yes, of course, that's like yeah.
So the good thing about this item is it literally builds into all three of your
into like everything. Yes,
they're the same. It's the same build. So don't worry about deliberating too much in the early game, like which items you're gonna get. Just think about these three in terms of the utility provides your team.
Yes, but like, did I choose the correct one this game?
I don't think so.
All right, so which one should I go for? Because like mandate doesn't sound like too good because like we are not ahead.
No.
And Shuralia, like, I don't know, I have mixed feelings for that.
So based on their team, they were very heavy based on pick and also kind of like catch. So
shit,
I'm sure that you guys kind of engage because you guys kind of lack that on your team. You had Echo on your team, you had Silas, and Top was Scion. So no form of hard engage, but a lot of good follow up. Right.
Yeah. So Shuralia would be good for that.
Yeah, for like team coordinated plays.
Shit.
For Moonstone, just let us sustain 5v5 front to back fights. So if you have like a proper front line, just a nice kind of like mage, control mage, maybe tank jungle, tank top, and then ADC you support, I'd probably go Moonstone.
But when so like Moonstone is like versus like I don't know, like more of a team fight composition, and Shuralia is more like when the enemy is like more catch composition or like skill shot based composition.
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right, so then when do I pick mandate? Like only when I'm ahead?
Probably never.
Never?
I don't think you get much use out of mandate at a lulu because you have your Q and E, and if you're enraged to proc both, then you're already in a very dangerous position.
All right. So like if I'm ahead, I should just go for Shuralia for the movement speed.
Yeah.
All right.
You can always also look for Locket as a secondary item against heavy crowd damage.
I mean, Locket. I feel about Locket just like an item to prevent like burst damage and like AoE damage.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then again, like if I go for Locket, then I'm like missing utility.
And that's the kind of dilemma you have. So that's why I might usually go Guardian.
Okay, fair enough.
Wow. I guess that's League's way of telling me to close the session.
But before that, one last question. What is your PayPal to actually like pay? Because like you can link it, and this is like free session. If you don't like give me the PayPal or like Fiverr.
Oh yeah, I'll send you it.
Because like